Snarl Tag Champs, the Freak and the Wild Thing, in a non-title bout against Bret the Hitman Hart and Jim the Anvil Neidhart, the Hart Foundation. It's not their first rodeo. Together, but more on that after ring announcer Buck Morton. The following non-title tag team contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, at a combined weight of 510 pounds, Bret the Hitman Hart and Jim the Anvil Neidhart. They are the Hart Foundation.
Well, you're half right anyway, Johnny. Last month, the Psychodelix did clash with the Hart Foundation, only it was Bret the Hitman Hart and the British Bulldog Baby Boy Smith. This time around, it's Jim the Anvil Neidhart. So it's a little bit different.
I'm not throwing a pity party for the Hart Foundation, but it's been a very long time since Bret, the Anvil, or the Bulldog have had themselves a title shot, and it feels like our Canadian cousins have been spinning their wheels for way too long. I kinda hope things turn around for them soon.
Yeah, well, it always does turn around sooner or later. Just a question of when.
Their opponents, accompanied by Sylvia Strong at a combined weight of 470 pounds. They are the reigning RWL Star Tag Team Champions, the Freak and Wild Thing Wayne Tig, the Psychodelix. So here's my inside scoop, courtesy of Sylvie.
All right.
The Psychodelix have a title defense coming up in Japan, and the boys want to be ready. So here's this tune-up match with the Hart Foundation, familiar opponents they feel they can beat, because their recent losses have made them uncomfortable. Of course, the Freak and Wild Thing rarely lose a title match, but Sylvia's like, why take fucking chances?
You've been hanging around that foul-mouthed lady just a little bit too long, Johnny. All right, it's going to be the Anvil and the Freak starting us off here. Oh, this is going to be a wild one. Walt Ruthburn sounds the bell. Look at this, the Anvil and the Freak both going after the referee. I'm not sure if the Freak was trying to protect Walt or not, but what the hell was that anyway? Jim the Anvil Neidhart taken down with a crossbody splash by the Freak. And now the Freak starting to cut loose here. Setting up. Jim the Anvil Neidhart starts winding up the arm and the shoulder, the whole arm from the wrist to the shoulder. Forget about it. Knees to the back. And Jim the Anvil Neidhart already starting to have a little bit of trouble here. The Freak really starting to go to work here, escorting Jim the Anvil Neidhart to his team's corner, head first into the turnbuckle, a kick to the midsection, and the Freak starts unloading with knees to the midsection of Jim the Anvil Neidhart. And now putting the boots to the Anvil. Man, Jim the Anvil Neidhart counter slams the Freak down to the canvas, rounds him up again, kick to the midsection from the Freak. A series of hard shots, a spinning back fist, and whoa, Jim the Anvil Neidhart driven into the far corner, counters and escapes it. Up over the shoulders goes Jim the Anvil Neidhart, and boom, spinning discus punch from the Freak. Here comes Wild Thing Wayne Tig on the tag. Tig on the tag. All right. Stomp to the leg of Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Okay, here we go. Right away into a figure four. Wild Thing Wayne Tig not fooling around here, not taking any prisoners. Jim the Anvil Neidhart in a whole lot of trouble. Bret the Hitman Hart unable to come to the rescue. The Freak having interrupted him. Okay, well, Wild Thing Wayne Tig releasing the hold. The Anvil locks up Wild Thing. Got him up. Front slam. Jim the Anvil Neidhart steps out, and here comes the Hitman for the first time in the matchup. The excellence of execution catches a kick to the midsection. Wild Thing. He's got him up. He's got him all the way up. And he's taking his time with the long, stalling, vertical suplex. Boom! There it is! Low! And Bret the Hitman Hart took a hard landing on that one. Wild Thing Wayne Tig catches some elbows from the Hitman. Bret backs him up, locks him up. The Hitman retaliating with the suplex, but no. Wild Thing Wayne Tate goes behind. German suplex on the Hitman. Wild Thing fails to connect with the rolling elbow. They lock up. Knee to the midsection. And Bret the Hitman Hart meets the turnbuckle in the Psychodelix corner. And Wild Thing playing tug of war with the arm of Bret the Hitman Hart. Oh, man. Wild Thing driving elbows into the side of the head of the Hitman. And here comes the Freak. The Freak tagged in. Bret the Hitman Hart struggling to get to his feet. Catches a kick to the back from the Freak. Oh, here we go. Jim the Anvil Neidhart in on the hot tag. The Freak giving up on a high-risk maneuver. Goes for a series of shots and a kick that takes the Anvil down. The Freak all the way up there, hanging up like a vulture on a tree, watching for roadkill. Boom! Fails to connect with the flying fist. Jim the Anvil Neidhart exploits the mistake. Flapjacks the Freak right center canvas. The Freak counters with a right. The Anvil counters with a right. Tries for the throat chop, doesn't get it. The Freak, with a series of lefts and rights, rounds up Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Snake eyes right into the turnbuckle. The Freak steps out. Here comes Wild Thing. The Psychodelix working very efficiently. Sylvia Strong enjoying the show. Wild Thing all the way up. Crossbody. Beautiful splash right there. 1, 2, and no. Jim the Anvil Neidhart finding his way out of trouble. Wild Thing Wayne Tate with an arm breaker. Anvil back to his feet. Nails him with the throat chop. Flips Wild Thing to the Hart Foundation's corner. Here we go. The Anvil starts unloading with hard shots and hurls the Wild Thing back towards his own corner. Jim the Anvil Neidhart currently in control of things. Wild Thing in the far corner. Another wicked series of shots from the Anvil, and one more time pitched all the way across town. The Anvil not even playing around anymore. Going right for the throat of the Wild Thing. Bret the Hitman Hart tagged in as Wild Thing gets back to his feet. Bret the Hitman Hart nails him. Flips him to the far corner. Wild Thing counters. Locks up. Oh, here we go. The Hitman's all the way up and boom. Slammed right back down. Dropped like a damn stone. Wild Thing. Another beautiful crossbody splash and another color. Whoa, no. Referee says nope. Ropes are right there. Sorry. Bret the Hitman Hart nails the Wild Thing with a clothesline. Wild Thing counters and escapes the corner. Bret the Hitman Hart winds up the arm Russian leg sweep. Down goes the Wild Thing. The Hitman takes himself up to the middle rope. Nails the Wild Thing with the fist drop. Oh, wow. Okay. Here comes Jim the Anvil Neidhart. I don't know why Bret didn't stick around, but okay. Jim the Anvil Neidhart with a stomp to the lower abdomen of the Wild Thing. Anvil countered by the Wild Thing back to his feet. Here comes the Freak on the tag. Look at this. Bret the Hitman Hart comes in on the tag. Fresh partners all the way around. Look at this. Whoa! Bret the Hitman Hart ran right into that one. The Freak nailed him with a couple of hard shots. Whips the Hitman into the far corner. And one more time with knees to the midsection. This time on Bret the Hitman Hart. The Hitman counters and escapes the corner. They lock up. Kick to the midsection. Bret the Hitman Hart unloads with a series of hard rights. He's got the Freak reeling. Spinning neckbreaker. And down goes the Freak. Bret the Hitman Hart rounds up the Freak again. He's got him up. Cradle position. Where are we going with this? Has him all. Whoa! Oh man, just pitched him all the way out to the floor like a sack of trash. Bret the Hitman Hart follows the Freak outside. Starts delivering shots. He's got the Freak up against the barricade. Bret the Hitman Hart misses with that one. The Freak rolls himself back inside. Bret the Hitman Hart Oh, here we go. We're back on the outside again. Spinning neckbreaker from the Hitman. Counter kick from the Freak. Hard right spins the Hitman around. Whoa! Wrist clutch knee to the head from the Freak. Now the Freak putting the boots to the Hitman. On the outside, referee counting. Oh man, look at this. Nasty submission on the outside. Won't get a tap out, and even if he does, it doesn't count. Sylvia Strong over here rallying her boys into action. Oh man, the Freak finally getting that hold released. They lock up. The Hitman hurls the Freak towards the corner barricades. Now the Freak makes his way back inside the ring. Bret the Hitman Hart. He's got him up, vertical suplex. The Hitman stepping out. Here comes the Anvil. The Freak looking for the exit out of town. There it is. Wild Thing Wayne Tate comes in on the tag. The Anvil with a couple of hard rights. Goes after the Freak again. Big mistake. Wild Thing Wayne Tate right there to teach him a lesson. The Anvil has him up. Vertical suplex. Wild Thing Wayne Tate catches a headlock punch from the Anvil. Oh man, double axe handle to the back of the head. Bret the Hitman Hart tagged in again. Both these teams tagging efficiently. Bret Hart rounds up Wild Thing. He's got him up. Oh, here we go. Pile driver. And that could be a wrap right there. Bret the Hitman Hart rounds up the Wild Thing, takes him down. And here we go. The Hitman sets him up into the sharpshooter. The Freak with a drop kick forces the submission to be released. Bret Hart dragging the Wild Thing just about center ring. Rolls him over, goes for the cover and hooks the leg. 1, 2. The Freak right there to save the match for his team. Wild Thing takes down Bret the Hitman Hart. Here comes the Freak again. Bret Hart taken down with a beautiful flying fist right there. The Freak off the middle rope, beautiful moonsault. Covers, hooks the leg. 1, 2. And the Hitman says, no you don't, I'm not giving up. The Freak rounds him up again. Off the middle rope, another flying fist right across the head of the Hitman. Here comes Wild Thing Wayne Tate on the tag again. And we're about halfway done with the time limit here. Kick across the chest. Wild Thing stomps the arm. Bret the Hitman Hart kicks him in the chest again. And here comes the Freak one more time. These guys just playing. The Freak rounds him up. Hard right spins him around. The Hitman all the way up over the shoulders, knee to the head. The Freak covers. 1, 2. Oh man. And Bret the Hitman Hart again finds his way out. Kick to the face of Bret the Hitman Hart, courtesy of the Freak. The Freak all the way up topside, fails to connect with the diving knee. Bret the Hitman Hart drives a knee into his head instead. Anvil Neidhart nowhere to be found. Bret the Hitman Hart working all by himself. Whoa! Beautiful kick to the head of the Freak. Bret the Hitman Hart showing off some of that excellence of execution right now. Hard right spins the Freak around, goes behind, rear waistlock, has him up, atomic drop. The Freak in a spot right now. Bret the Hitman Hart goes into another submission. The Freak in big trouble right now. Oh man. The Freak finds his way out of the hold, locks up Bret the Hitman Hart. Bret the Hitman Hart counters. Bulldog. Oh, wow. Bret the Hitman Hart determined to win this match. Spinning neckbreaker on the Freak. Oh, man, look at this. By his ears, just slammed him. Bret the Hitman Hart getting real aggressive right about now. The Freak up over the shoulders of the Hitman. And again, pitched out to the floor. I thought he was going to hang him up on the top rope, but no, this is the second time he just pitched him out onto the floor. The Hitman rolls the Freak back inside. Wonder if he's going to try and do it again. the Hitman. Countered by the Freak, back on his feet. The Freak rounds up the Hitman. Takes him to, oh, well, he changed his mind. No, look at this. Hit first into the turnbuckle one more time for Bret the Hitman Hart. And this time, hung up in the tree of woe. It's a little bit different now. The Freak driving knees into the lower abdomen of Bret the Hitman Hart. And down he goes. Oh, man. The Hitman's in bad shape. Whoa! The Freak fails to nail the spear. Counters with a shot to the midsection. Locks up Bret the Hitman Hart. Whips him to the far corner. Oh, man. Head first into the buckle again for Bret the Hitman Hart. And again, knees to the midsection. Just a relentless attack from the Freak. And oh, man, look at this. The Freak putting the boots to the Hitman. Rebounds off the rope face wash. And man, Bret the Hitman Hart might want to think about tagging in Jim the Anvil Neidhart at this point. He's in trouble. Whoa! One clothesline. One big old nasty clothesline. The Freak starts unloading with hard right hands. Follows it up with a stomp to the midsection. Steps out. Here comes the Wild Thing. And Bret the Hitman Hart is in big trouble here. Wild Thing has him up over the shoulder. Hey, look at this. Bret the Hitman Hart, quick with the counter, drives a DDT. The Wild Thing quickly countered here. The Hitman with an uppercut. And he steps out, and here comes Jim the Anvil Neidhart. This match ain't over yet. Wild Thing back on his feet. Whoa, here we go, Tongan Death Grip. Right away on Jim the Anvil Neidhart. He was not expecting that. That is it. The referee says that's all, folks. The Freak and the Wild Thing winning this one by submission or quite possibly a knockout. I'm not really sure.
The time, 14 minutes and 38 seconds. Your winners by way of submission, the Psychodelix.
Wild Thing Wayne Tate bringing this one home to the stronghold with a tap-out win over the Anvil. And come on, it takes a lot to basically choke out Jim Neidhart. Well, if the Psychodelix perform like this in Japan, those Snarl Tag belts won't be going anywhere. Terrific win for the Freak and the Wild Thing.
Well, I understand Sylvia's point of view. It is good to be prepared, and I guess, well, all that training that all these stronghold guys do is, well, always seems to pay off. They're just hoping that the Freak and the Wild Thing can retain the Snarl Tag Team Championships in their next title matchup.
I think they've got the best manager as in our WL backing them up, and one day they will be as great as the originals are today. And you can take that to the bank and cash it. All right, our main event is straight ahead with the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels taking center stage when we come back.